Scraps. I'm so excited to be here. And I am going to do some inking on a bleached flannel today that I recently made. Actually, I kind of like my daughter, as you might know if you've been watching the channel, my daughter Lydia does a lot of the bleached flannels, and she's done them mostly up until this point. And of course, she went away to college. She doesn't have time for it, so she kind of was like, I'm done with it. I said, bring me the box of flannels you have, because I knew that we had stockpiled some flannels. So I said, bring out the flannels. I need them, and I am going to at least finish up the ones we have on hand so that I can try to sell them. And I've got a couple of fall events coming, vendor events coming up, or local, craft fair type of things coming up. So anyway, so that was, back when school started, and I did right away go ahead and do the bleaching on the flannels, because I knew that once it gets too cold, then you can't do it outside. And because it's bleach, you want to do this project outside, that part of it. So I took them out and I did the bleach, but I tried something new. In the past, what we've done is we've taken a big Rubbermaid bin, put some water in it, and then heavily put in bleach, and then did dipping. So she had half of them were the bottom half or the top half, whichever she decided to bleach, was the part that actually had a lighter color. So this time I thought I'd try something new. I got a bleach spray toilet cleaner. Now, I don't suggest this for in your home. Again, like I said, so toxic, but I just went ahead and sprayed what I wanted. And you could put shapes in it if you wanted, but I just decided to go ahead and just do kind of a circle on the back of each of the flannels. And some of them, they turn out a little bit different. Each one does. And some flannels don't bleach out as well. Like this one definitely, I got a little dribbles. You can even see the dribbles. But then you leave it out in the sun as long as you want till you start seeing what you want. And then you rinse it out of the bleach and wash it to stop it from bleaching. So that is where we're at here. And I've got this cool red flannel. This one is actually, this one's called a vintage, original weatherproof vintage. So it's got a really weird fabric feel to it. It doesn't feel like your normal flannel. It is a large size, so if you decide you like what I do, because actually every one of these flannels, hello. Have I seen a tree grow? I mean, I don't sit and watch them, but anyway, I do live, near the forest. But anyway, this is a crafting show, so please, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or how it's going or whatever, please let me know. But this is going to be the project of the day. We're going to do this flannel. So that's how I got to this point. It's been washed, it's been dried, and now it's been kind of sitting on the dryer waiting for me to do something because I've got a stack of them. And, I had a little Christmas rendezvous there for a little bit, and now we are... I want to do some fall, because it's fall, y'all. It's fall, y'all. I don't know where you live, but it is definitely looking like fall here. Trying to find my... I guess I don't have any. It is feeling like fall. It's a little bit cooler. Actually, this is the perfect weather, in my opinion, for fall. It is gorgeous outside. It is like 62 degrees, which is perfect for me. And that's Fahrenheit if you're in a different country. Oh, goodness. This is interesting. I've got... Here I'm looking for all of my ink mats, and it's right here inside of... They're both in the same packaging. So that's an interesting thought. And I do see another one over there, I think. So I need to get that back over here too so I can find it. But so you want to use an ink mat when you're doing ink, and we're going to go ahead and stick that down. This is a well-used ink mat for sure. Oops, did I maybe took the late... I always try to keep the covers on these. And these are pretty pretty well used. They're reusable, kind of a sticky mat. They remind me of the Cricut mats, if you have a Cricut. But I don't know that I'd want to use a Cricut mat for this. They're not actually, they really do weather the storm of inking. You can use them over and over and over again. Just clean them up in between. And I'm just going to put this down on here. It's sticking pretty good, I think. And I'm going to keep it out. Like, I want to know where the middle is of this shirt because I want to be able to set this up in the middle. Okay, so this is the transfer. Hello, Jeanette. Good to see you. This is the transfer that I'm going to use. And it's called Apple Orchard Encore. And the reason for it is that last year we had the same transfer, but it was like, I think an 18 by 24, giant. It was huge. But this one is an 8.5 by 11, which is perfect, I think. Random leaves would look lovely on them. Yes, you could do that too. But we're going to do the apple because it's apple picking time. A lot of the apples are coming off the trees right now, especially in our neighborhood. We've got old heritage apples. In fact, I think we've lost all of ours. Ours fell off, like, I think, almost a month ago. I don't know. We've got an early harvest. So this is our reusable sticky back transfer that I carry. And if you want any of the information about the products I'm using, go ahead and look down below. I do have a link to my website for Chalk Couture. But this is what I'm going to do first. This is the first time I've used this transfer. I did not get the big one last year because for me, it was like, it seemed like it was more of an outline. It seemed like too much painting in to me. So I struggled with that. So I'm just going to find the middle spot. I'm folding it in half, not the sticky side, but the non-sticky side. And then we are going to look to put this in the center. And some of this is going to be sort of an eyeball. And I see like where I want to get this nice and straight. So I kind of have this shirt. I want the stripes to be straight. I don't want it to look crooked. So we're just going to put it kind of in the middle back here. Line it up as best we can, as straight as we can. All right, and there is kind of like right at the top of the shirt, like a pucker. So, and I'm gonna actually, I think I'm just gonna do this in a one color only, all the way across, because I'm just gonna see how that turns out and go from there. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some painting in, maybe we won't. But I think it's gonna turn out beautifully. Oh my goodness. I thought I was going to use black ink. We're going to use our permanent ink here. It is non-toxic. This might be cutting it close. I'm not going to lie. If you watch me, it should be coming. It should be coming. It was finally shipped out last week, but it's been a while. My order took a while, and I had to order like a whole bunch of new inks for my class. I had an inked rug class. And it was, I was out of black, completely out of black. So I borrowed from my neighbor because my neighbor has a bunch of supplies and stuff. And so I need to replace her black, but now I'm completely out of black as well. So that's sort of an interesting predicament to be in. It really is. Sort of interesting, but not really. It's not a fun place to be in. Let me just say that. It's hard to be out of black. It's kind of like my chalks. My chalks are lacking as well. So anyway, I'm going to get a squeegee out here. We're going to do black. Oh, that does not look like it got very clean there. It was a busy night. We had 8 people come and make ink locally. We have a little craft store called the Crafty Hideaway. And they let me have a class there for free, which is great. But I gonna pick up this ink here, and we're gonna do our best to get it complete coverage in all the white area on this transfer. So this is a silk transfer, and I'm using the permanent ink, and the ink is very forgiving. I love doing ink things because it really does you could take your time to put it down. You don't have to hurry or anything. And because we're using this on flannel, usually what I started to say before, with the transfer, I usually try to fuzz it the first time we use it. And the reason for that is that it can stick really hard if you have a slippery surface, but because this is flannel, it's going to automatically, ooh, there we got a good hunk of it. Yay, I found some black. It's just down, you got to dig for it in there. Use every last drop whenever you do it. But I love this. It kind of looks a little vintagey. I'm hoping the black will show up on here. I think it will. I guess I could do something else, but I think this is going to look really good. We'll see. We'll see. We can always come back with a paintbrush and the inks and do a little painting on it too once this is dried. So, and once this is dried, I'll take and I'll heat press it. You can heat press it with an iron or with, you know, a Cricut or, you know, equivalent heat press. And that will heat set it. You can wash and dry this, no problem. And it will not come off because it goes into the fabric. It's like actually inking the fabric. And I'm going kind of slow because I don't want it to like goober up underneath it. I don't want it to slip underneath, and just a little bit more here. I'm almost there. Give me a little more here. Almost completely covered. So you just want to get all the white areas completely covered, and then when I peel it back to reveal it, you want to take your time too, because you want it to make sure you got all the spots, because if you didn't, you could always lay it right back down and get it a little bit better. So that's, we'll do that in a second here. So anyway, stay tuned because we'll probably be doing a couple more of these before our time is up. I have they're doing Oktoberfest like vendor event here in town. I think I'm gonna go do that. They messaged me this weekend, said, can you come? We don't have very many, I don't know, they have room for more vendors. So I let them know, yes, indeed. I think that one's going to actually be better than the other one, and I'm worried. I had signed up for the other one and hadn't paid yet. It's the next weekend after, also here in town. We live in a very small town, so it's hard to know which is going to be the successful one. Hello, hey girl, Coco. All right, I am cleaning off my fingers because you don't want any of that ink on your fingers, or you know, anywhere you touch with your fingers with a little piece of ink on it, you're going to get a little permanent. It is permanent. You can, if you make a boo-boo, you can kind of wash it off real quick with cold water, but it's not always a foolproof. Excuse me. Like something caught my throat. Okay, here we go. And I will turn this around in just a minute here. You do want to grab it and then peel from the middle of the transfer so you don't stretch it the wrong way. Ooh, I am loving this. I do not think it needs anything more. I'm looking at it going, nope, I love it. I think this is really cute. It kind of looks like the season. Oh my goodness. Love it when you could just do one color and be done. I was a little afraid if I had to color in. So this shirt I made, the Snoopy one, it says grow happiness, and then I did color it in, but that was like, for me, coloring in is a little more difficult. I don't have as much patience for it. It's not that it's difficult to do, it's just I don't have the patience. Okay, let me turn this around so you can take a look at this. Oh my goodness, I love this. Look how quick and easy. I mean, the hardest part was finding a beautiful day to bleach everything, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me hold that up. I can't get a hold of it here. Okay. Isn't that amazing? I just love that, you guys. I would wear this. Would you wear this? Tell me, would you want the apples, or would you, I know you were saying leaves, but would look good on it. Leaves would. But isn't this gorgeous? I love this too. You could also put pumpkins. That would be cute. But I like I was thinking the red with the apple orchard would look cute. So that is it. That's all it takes to make an inked flannel. And hello, hello. I surely appreciate you for coming on and commenting. Make sure you check out all the things down below. I do have everything down there. By the way, if you love Snoopy, we are coming out with, there's a new launch tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., I think, Mountain Standard Time. So I'm in Pacific, so it's 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain. And there's going to be all the Snoopy and all the Peanuts gang is coming out. So if you want it, it's going to go fast, and they're going to run out because they're running out on purpose. So anyway, I love it. Tell me if you would add colors. That's what I would like to know. Would you add colors, or would you leave it like this as it is? I love this. I think it is so beautiful. And as far as this, can't put it there. You just want it to lay out, like I said, now for 24 hours, and then either take a piece of parchment paper over it and either heat press it with a heat press or use a hot iron on it. And as far as this goes, anywhere that it goes through, I just go ahead and wipe it down with a wet wipe. My wipes don't have any chemicals in them because, I'm allergic to everything. So anyway, you just wipe it down, put the packaging back on the mat, and you're good to go again. And I can tell you that this particular ink mat probably has been used more than 100 times. So that's why it's not very sticky. But they definitely last a long time. I just replace them after they stop losing their stickum. But it's a very, very long time. So, and we've got a smaller size that goes with that 8.5 by 11 size. So it's kind of a fun thing. So I appreciate you all. I hope you have a very blessed evening, and make sure that you keep on crafting.